Okay guys, so I woke up this morning with messages, video tags, comment tags all over the internet about the CFMOTO Z10. This here is my buddy Anthony's. He's actually behind us, and then we have two over here. This is my wife's, and this is my race car right there. And so you guys are tagging me in everything about these grinding in gear when you let off the gas. And as a matter of fact, when Anthony was here yesterday, we tuned his, and his did it going down my driveway, and I didn't get it on film like I thought I did because we was recording, but it didn't catch it. So he's gonna try to replicate that again, and then today we're gonna show you guys how to, well, hopefully fix it, because I have a suspicion it's very simple, very easy. So he's gonna try to replicate that. Maybe I'll have Laura ride with him in the back seat. That way he can try and get it on camera and you guys can hear what it's doing. So if you have a CFMOTO Z10 and you're having any of these problems, or you have a friend that has a Z10, tag them or share this video with them so they know how to fix it and they don't have to wait on a dealer and might ruin their weekend. Anthony, you said yours was doing it like all stock? Like
all stock tires, they would do it every time in free spool.
In free spool,
yeah.
Okay. So something's going on and we're gonna deep dive into it today.
Before clutch kit.
Yeah, before the clutch kit. Now he's got our clutch kit, our Hellraiser clutch kit, and our Hellraiser ECU tune. All right, so you ride with him. He'll go down the hill and try to.
Okay.
All right.
Uh-oh. That was bad.
Yeah. Shift's good. It did it a little worse.
Did it?
Yeah, it was bad. We got it though.
You got it?
Yeah.
Noise on it, yeah.
All right, so playing around with the adjustment, I'm gonna show you where the adjustment is. I wanted to see what way we needed to go with it. I went one way and then he went out and took it for a ride and it did it, and the camera wasn't rolling. Every time the camera's off, every single time. So now I know what direction we need to go, and I'm gonna take you guys in there and show you guys what you need. But I'm gonna tell you right now, a 19mm stubby is going to be your best friend. Otherwise, you're taking out a seat, and I don't think you wanna do that. So go to Harbor Freight. I did, I went to Harbor Freight. See, the Harbor Freight truck came to me, but I got a stubby and we're gonna dive in there. So Matco Freight. See, filming this stuff sucks.
Yeah, I bet.
So,
How you cut and edit.
oh man,
It takes him a while sometimes.
It does.
Videos. Other ones he goes right through them, but.
Okay guys, so you're gonna wanna scoot your driver's seat up. Now, if this is a 4-seater, so if you have a 2-seater, you can just hit the latch and fold the seat up and you'll actually have better access. So you're gonna come in here and we're gonna move his purple strap out of the way. Can you guys see that nut? There's 2 nuts in there. Right there, okay? And we're gonna take our wrench in there on the first nut. And I'm gonna try and show you because I'm gonna have to do it off camera, but we're gonna wanna loosen this one, okay? And then we're going to want to tighten, actually, I'm sorry. We're gonna loosen this one and then we're gonna loosen this one. I went about 3 turns, so I'm actually gonna go 3 turns back and then I'm gonna go 1 more turn. So you're going to loosen this one, leave it loose. On yours, do 1 turn at a time, 1 turn loose. and then tighten this. Take it out, drive it, one turn loose, then tighten this if it keeps doing it. So I went backwards because I didn't know which way it needed to go, and that's how you find out. You play with it back and forth, but one turn at a time. So, all right. All right, guys, so I zoomed in a little bit. Let me get the light on there. See, you can see more thread. That's because I essentially pulled the rod back towards me and pushed the nuts forward, if you will. And we're gonna take it out and try that, all right? Okay, guys, so after adjusting that about 2 or 3 different times, we took it for a ride. I drove it, he drove it, and we couldn't get it to do it again. So he's gonna go next weekend. He's gonna put a bunch of miles on it. And if it does it, at least we know the direction-ish that we need to go. But that is how you do it. That is where you start, and do it one turn at a time. That way you don't get too crazy. Maybe mark down on a piece of paper so you don't lose track of how many turns you went, just in case you have to go back. Because if you do get them out of whack, they can be a pain to get in. Now, guys, with that being said, you paid your dealer a lot of money for their fees that they charge you to put these together. And this is something that they are supposed to check. They should be driving these at least 2-3 miles. I know for some dealers that is hard to do in a parking lot, but they should at least be trying to test drive them and stuff. And I get it. Some things don't happen until later on down the road. So keep that in mind. Don't beat up your dealer too much, because maybe they did adjust that. Maybe they did take it out. Maybe they did try to duplicate an issue that they know of, and maybe they couldn't duplicate it. But then 100 miles down the trail or the road or wherever you're riding, it starts to happen. Don't blame your dealer for that, because maybe they did try. And then ones that you pick up from the dealer and right off the trailer, they're doing it. Those are probably the dealers you need to be sticking your foot up their asses, okay? So they do charge you too much money, entirely too much money, for the setup fees and costs and all that. And I know there's people that are going to comment and say, my dealer don't charge those fees. No, your dealer does charge those fees. It's called creative writing, and they hide it in the total cost. So creative writing is a thing in business. We all do it as business owners. We call it creative writing, and we hide fees and costs. It's called creative writing. I know my building guy over here, he's real good at creative writing on my bill. But I'm not a complainer, so we're good. But yeah, guys, anyway, I hope this video is helpful to you and helps you understand why that noise is happening, where it's coming from. It is coming from the transmission because the gears aren't locked together. So pretend I got 2 gears here. This is how I explained it to him and my wife earlier. When you shift into gear, your gear comes in and meshes with the other gear, and it's supposed to lock in. But here's the deal. If your shift cable is out or your shifter linkage is off, it will only half lock in, right? Kind of like that. And then whenever you put a load on it, it'll try to separate. And when it separates, it's going to go like that. So a lot of guys thinking it's in the clutch. It is not the clutch. Now, can the clutch make some weird noises it shouldn't be making, and you need to dive in there and figure it out? Yeah, absolutely. But that gear grinding sound, even on the other CFMOTOs, the U forces, the Z forces, the C forces, all of them, they've all had this same exact problem over the years. It's widespread, but not a lot of people know how to fix it. And please, for the love of God, stop taking videos and doing it over and over and over and over again, asking people for help. Every time you do that, you grind metal off the gears. Okay? It's like missing a shift or not clutching right or having a bad clutch in a standard shift car, and you go, it's bad, right? It's bad. Stop doing it. Do a little bit of research. Listen to somebody else that already did it for you. They already grinded their teeth off for you. Save your transmission. Listen to theirs grinding, all right? And we thank Anthony for sacrificing a few teeth for our video here. Oh, thank God for that warranty, huh, buddy? His didn't do it all the time, but still, every time it does it, that's what happens. So, well, guys, also, while we're at talking about issues with the CFMOTO Z10, there's one thing to note that you should not do. Do not leave your key in the ignition while your machine is sitting in your garage overnight or anything, because leaving the key in there, doing so, will drain the battery. Why? I don't know. Maybe the machine detects this key and keeps certain systems on. I don't know. But if you guys are interested in finding out why, comment below and let me know, because maybe we'll check into that and do some amperage draw tests and stuff like that to see if maybe there's systems staying on when that's in there, which sucks because I, majority of the time, leave my key in the machine, and I have found multiple times dead batteries. So I want to break it down because the last video we did where Anthony had our clutch kit and his Z10-4, and this one was all stock. A lot of you were confused and thought it was a two-seater for some reason, arguing in the comments. Those are two-seaters. Those are two-seaters. Those of you, I'm going to request that you at least go to Walmart and get an eye exam before you watch the video, please. So, they're 4 seats, 4 doors. 4 doors, more whores, okay? The difference today is his has 32-inch tires. Mine has 32-inch tires. His has the Hellraiser clutch kit. Mine has a stock clutch. His has the Hellraiser ECU tune. Mine has a stock ECU tune, okay? I didn't tune it or do anything like that yet, so we could do these comparisons. Truth be told, I ran out of clutch kits, or this video wouldn't be happening. So that's the truth. I'm selling them to you guys, so I'm suffering over here. We're gonna line them up and see, and he better win. That's all I gotta say. You want to ride up top there?
Yeah, that's fine.
You know, we're gonna have to do 4-wheel drive today.
Okay.
Gonna have to with
Yeah.
with all the rain and stuff.
That's how that's supposed to happen.
That's better.
Now that's how. Do you notice how the higher you get in mile per hour, the harder it wants to pull?
Yeah, I do notice that.
There is not enough hill here.
No,
There's
no.
not.
I definitely think I'm spinning a lot.
You were spinning and still, and I was hooking and was, hell yeah. Hellraiser. All right.
Good.
Yeah, that's. All right, guys. Peace out. God bless. We'll see you in the next one.